Well, you heard us, so we're talking about things we're tracking on X, where some people are saying it goes for as high as 1,100 to 1,200 naira per liter of fuel in some part of the north. And that it pervades a couple of places across the country. Scarcity is still there even here in Lagos. And so Nigerians are still concerned about why this persists. We started this conversation a few days ago, and we'll continue that conversation. This time, we're going to be talking to the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria. We're being joined by the Public Relations Officer, the National Public Relations Officer of that association, Chief Okadike Chinedu. Mr. Okadike, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Good morning, Nigerians.
And so let's begin with the reason given by the NNPCL. That was about 2 days ago. From the marketers' end, what are you hearing as the latest development?
Well, as independent marketers, you know, we are all we are not actually independent. We are dependent on the federal government allocation of petroleum products through retailers. And whatever the retail open their portal for us, independent marketer can be able to access petroleum products via NNPC retailers, because we are all bonded into NNPC retailers portal. And NNPC retail designed that portal to be able to remove human contact, or what is called bypassing of procedures in loading petroleum products. So we dependent on NNPC retail and other sources, like some of the major marketers and depot tank farm owners, to be able to get our petroleum products from their depots. And you also will remember that most of these depots are located in the coastal areas of this country, because the only source of petroleum products is through importation. So we don't produce PMS here in Nigeria. Basically, the whole PMS that we are using here is all imported, like you heard from the authority. So independent marketers, we are almost ready. We control 90% of the market forces, especially all our filling stations are scattered in the nooks and crannies of this country. There's nowhere you will go, you will not see. So we have the facilities to distribute petroleum products as quickly as possible in all the nooks and crannies of Nigeria. The most important thing is availability. Demand and supply chain, that is the problem we are facing now. And in terms of selling 24 hours, some of us have been selling 24 hours even before the NNDPR authority said we should sell after 24 hours. So many independent marketers that are in the cities are selling to, but when we don't have the product available, there's no way you can keep your staff sleeping in your filling stations just to wait for a truck to come. So that is actually our position for now, and maybe until things improve. But like some weeks ago, NNPC, through the NNPPR retail company, has also started giving some products to independent marketers, and to cushion the effect, maybe from the reservoir, to cushion the effect of these cases, so it will not bite so hard.
So just to be clear, is the NNPC now providing products as it ought to, or are you still experiencing
yeah, they're still experiencing that epileptic distribution, yes, because it's still experiencing that epileptic distribution of petroleum products. The products are not really adequate like the way it used to be before. And it will take tons before it will get to the marketer and not the rest of them. So if the product is available or is adequate, you will find out that we even sell more than 24 hours. We even advertise our stations in the pages of newspapers and the television to entice our marketers, our customers, to be able to come and buy petroleum products. So it's not actually adequate, but it's not scarce.
Right. The essence of this conversation is to help Nigerians really understand how this, this sector works, and to be able to pinpoint where the challenges are, because this sector has been described largely as opaque. It's like the more you see, the less you actually know. So tell us, When did this begin, this epileptic supply, if I can call it that? And on an average, how long should it take you to get products if you request for it? You talked about retail portal and all of that. How long should it take? And when did this epileptic supply start?
Well, because this product is not being produced here in this country, our refineries are not working. All the refineries we have are not working. Even the ones we have hope that Mr. President will ensure, and the invitation of the minister will have ensured that Port Harcourt refinery would have started working on or before July and August. You know, it's not working. So everything we are taking it through the NNPC portal, and especially from the coastal areas, because they are all imported petroleum products. Nigeria is heavily dependent on importation of petroleum products. It's only when Dangote just came in and started producing diesel. That is why you see the diesel price a little bit crashed. But PMS, we are still importing petroleum products. And once those the authority keep on giving an excuse of vessel lopsiding, logistics problems, and all the rest of them, you will also, the IOCs, the dollar rates, the crude oil in international markets, all these things are factors that are beyond the independent marketers, because we are an indigenous company, trying to sell petroleum products and also make profit. So there is no way an independent marketer will have petroleum product and will decide to hold it. I could also want to tell you that in this country, there was even a time we are selling below the price of petroleum products. So the issue of how the epileptic, these governments have also tried, in trying to bring in petroleum products, but it is not really smooth because of the challenges. We have the challenges of the international war. We also have the challenges of the forest. We have the challenges of the iceberg holding some of the vessels and the rest of them. We have the challenges of substandard product. We have the challenges. So all the challenges prompts up because this product is being imported. And once your goods arrive at your shore, that is when you have product. But there are measures NNPC normally used to put up, so to be able to abate this kind of problems of inadequate supply, especially having reservoirs in some satellite depots, so that once there is this little thrift in supply of petroleum product, they can be able to quickly, not only in the coastal area, even in the dry land, they can also be able to quickly supply petroleum product, like you just mentioned in Kanu, Kaduna. That petroleum product is 1,200, 1,100, something like that. There are satellite depots in the north where, when there is adequate petroleum product, instead of storing it in all those private depots, they can also be able to take it to those inland depots. So, because we have 21 depots, all those 21 depots now are moribund. So they're supposed to be storing some of these products around these areas, so that when we have this kind of sufficient period.
Mr. Chinedu, are you saying that the excuse that NNPCL has given is not tenable, from this issue of mother-to-daughter vessel down to the issue of reservoirs? Are you saying their excuses are not tenable?
Yeah, what I'm trying to say, I'm just trying to proffer solutions. It is the worst performance is better than the best excuse. If they are battle ready, what they would have done is to when they have excess product, when they have over 60%, because I know that sometimes they have 60 days sufficient period. Those petroleum products stored in the depots around the coastal area can be moved to inland depots. And those inland depots can be able to warehouse those products in anticipation of this kind of little interruptions in terms of chains of supply. And from those inland depots, we can be able to pick petroleum products and normalize the situation, so that it will not cause profiteering, in the downstream sector. So the lines of distribution, our pipelines are gone. If we have, they are also overhead the NNDPR boss. But if we have a very good pipeline, you will now find out that the trucking will be raised a little bit. Trucking will not be as long as 600 and something kilometers. Trucking will be within the TDZ. So if the pipelines are also good, you can pump petroleum product faster to some of these inland depots. And those inland depots can be able to distribute within the TDZ of those marketers that are loading from those places. We also have railway. Everything is gone. The roads are gone. You can't even travel from here now to Bayelsa, from Port Harcourt to Bayelsa. You can't travel for, it will take almost 5 hours. So it is also truncating the line of distribution. So these things are not only external forces. Also, we will have some internal forces that we should be able to take care of. Those roads, the Nupen people and NATO people have been complaining about roads. Do this road so that our trucks can be able to. Most of our trucks spend 13 days, 11 days with over 3.5 million naira transportation costs going to Lagos, to Kano, to Bauchi, to Port Harcourt, and all the rest of them to be able to bring in this petroleum product. It is only in the coastal areas like Calabar, Port Harcourt, Warri, that is Ogara, that vessels can be able to come around and discharge. And those vessels don't come frequently.
All right.
So that is why you see this snag. So some of these issues that are necessitating this problem should be also looked into, especially the roads.
All right. So what you said now, is there an explanation that the NNPCL is given? Because this looks like a no-brainer to have reservoirs that, can close this gap, that, as you mentioned, so that some of these inland issues will be resolved when we have offshore challenges like we're having right now. So is there an explanation from the NNPCL that you work with that why they don't have these reservoirs in these depots to be able to close this gap?
The unbundling of the NNPC to a limited liability company, and those transfusion is still ongoing, and NNPC retail is basically concerned with the primary distribution of petroleum product to independent marketers. But there is also a problem that we, the independent marketers, are having. We're having challenges of getting a bulk product allocated to us so that we can evenly distribute it to our members without waiting for NNPC retail. Because if anytime NNPC retail sneezes, the whole notion goes into comatose. With independent marketers, we don't have bulk allocation. Bulk allocation should not be given to only IPMAN members. Bulk allocation should be given to independent marketers holistically, so that we can be able to also distribute this petroleum product. We have the resources, we have the facilities to be able to warehouse our products and distribute to our members accordingly. This also will also help independent marketers take products to the hinterland. As you are talking about scarcity, you also find out today that some filling stations in the hinterland are still selling without queues. What we have is disparity of prices. Those disparities of people call it scarcity. When retail outlets owned filling stations are selling petroleum products at the rate of 630, 640, and independent marketers are selling 720 naira because of the cost of our transportation, because of our sources, you will find it very, very difficult for commuters to line up in the filling stations of these independent marketers. This price, the sanity also goes scarcity. It is only when it normalizes that you can also see that in a deregulated economy where the independent marketers can be able to compete. This is placing the horse before the cart.
Right. So essentially, your members are being forced to sell above 700 naira, 720 in some cases, as you said, because of the transport cost and the fact that you have to go through certain other, people or structures to get your product. But the question I asked earlier on, you didn't quite answer it, which is, first, when did this round of epileptic supplies start? And how long does it averagely take for you to place an order and get it?
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I've answered it clearly. Independent marketers would depend on NNPC retail to give us petroleum product. This epileptic supply just surfaced within some few weeks, and also have had a meeting with the management, and they also have promised us that things will get back on shape. Like I said before earlier in this interview, that NNPC retail have released petroleum products to some marketers that I'm aware of, and any moment from now, things will start normalizing. So maybe it will also take 2, 3, 4, 5 days, a week But the problem is that releasing the product is not the issue. When this product are being released, how do they go to Port Harcourt? How do they go to Bayelsa?
All right.
Most of these trucks spend 4, 5, 6 days on the road. You know, so I also provide a solution that if our inland depots can be functional, and our pipelines can be functional, once this product comes in from the shore, like the NNDP authority have just said, distribution will be fast.
Okay, quite vital
distribution will
interventions.
Be fast. Before you know it, products are within your TDs.
They're quite vital suggestions you have made, and you know, it's quite important, and I think you're reiterating that point. But I just want us to be able to diagnose this properly. So if this disruption, or what I call it epileptic supply, started a few weeks ago, I don't know if you mean like 4 weeks ago, or less, or more, one then wonders what was done immediately to curb this, because we've been feeling this now for over a week, some up to 2 weeks in some other areas. So apparently this had started way before that, and a lot of people are wondering, why wasn't there action fast enough? What a lot of people will also want to know is, when you request for your products from the NNPCL, do you pay in Naira? Do you pay in dollars?
The portal of NNPC retail is designed to accept remittance in Nigerian currency. We don't pay in dollars at all.
So for those...
even buying petroleum products from IPMAN members, we also don't pay in dollars. We pay in Naira.
Great. So for those who have said, why is NNPCL the sole importer at this point? Even though others have licenses, but they say, well, it's tough for them. Do you have a solution to proffer to that, such that it's not just NNPCL that you're relying on? Or you can tell us, are there other marketers, maybe major marketers, bringing in the product, or it's just NNPCL? And is there a solution to that?
Yeah, when Mr. President made that historic statement during his inauguration, you know, a lot of things turned out. Licenses were being issued to some independents, marketers that I know, Emadeb, Eirano, a whole lot of them, around 13 or 14 of them were able to, you know, import petroleum products into this country. And most of their challenges is that the forex, because the forex is being sourced in a parallel market, repatriating their funds after turning into Naira becomes another different thing together. The forex, when they buy dollar, maybe around 750, and peg their prices and import the petroleum product. After discharging and started selling, they will also find out after sales that dollar is around 1,100. So they need to put another source more dollar again to be able to go back, and the thing continues on and on. The epileptic movement of dollar from back and front to front and back is giving the speculators, the market speculators, they are becoming worrisome. So repatriating their funds from here, even as dismissed investors, repatriating their funds from here is something else. They cannot be able to comprehend it. And because of that, everything about importation of petroleum products is in a very, very high side. Even the daughter vessels that are being hired for like around $70,000, $90,000, now it's almost $200,000. So things are so. Let me use this word. I don't want to use it. I mean, in public television, but the process are so uncertain. You know, and a businessman cannot go into, it's not a government-funded company. You cannot go into a business that is very, very uncertain. You must go into a business that you are sure you can be able to speculate within a certain period of time that this is your profit, this is what you are going to put in. And this money is being borrowed with this high interest rate. Even with independent marketers was also put out of business, because when this announcement was made, PMS that would normally ordered at the rate of 8-point-something million naira was skyrocketed to 25 million. Now you cannot even get 45,000 liters of petrol at 35 million naira. So the cost of money also is also high. These are the things that is necessitating this issue of pricing that you are talking about. Because I didn't want to dwell into this pricing, because If you look at it, if we continue to look at it, it seems that we are out of the business. By the time you take you purchase order, you fly your petroleum products, it's also affecting food. This food scarcity, food security rose. No trust can be able to take products to Lagos, from Lagos now to Port Harcourt or Kaduna without taking close to 3 million naira from you. This is trucks we hire for 800,000 before, 750,000 naira before.
All right, Mr. Chinedu, the analogy you gave from Forex to logistics to all of that, are you saying, maybe help me characterize what you're trying to say. Are you saying the way the system operates, given NNPC is not a limited liability company, even though that is it's still a bit vague, we're still waiting for them to be listed on the NGX. Are you saying that the sector is rigged against independent marketers in favor of the NNPCL, or is just NNPCL's inefficiency that is affecting us? Which exactly is it?
Well, I also think that federal government controls all this, and NNPC Trading, which is also the company that is saddled with this importation of petroleum products, knows the way they go about it, importing these products, and also assuring importers. Even some few weeks in the news, I also have heard that some of these importers have been owned $3.something to $6.something billion, and they are now saying they are not going to bring in products except those money is being paid to them. So all these things are around the news, and I also believe that federal government should have, provided a committee, set up a committee to look into all these issues and be able bottlenecks surrounding the importation of petroleum products and how transparent this process should look like, so that it will enable all these other companies, these big marketers that have gone into this importation of petroleum products, to be able to go back and all the cards will be put on the table. So I'm speaking from the point of independent marketers and also a Nigerian. I've not involved myself into importation, but if actually these things have been opened and independent marketers are giving green light to be able to import their product, like what the airways practitioners are doing, trying to import their jet fuel. We can also import our product if the enable playing gun is given to us. But if you can be able to source dollar, and sourcing dollar from the parallel market, by the time you come back, that dollar you source at 1,100 now is is either 950 naira. You are in ruins. That means you have to sell off your filling station to be able to continue to be in business.
Okay. Well, there's still, for a lot of people, they might say there's still no explanation as to why they're buying petrol for 1,100 naira. The price you have given is top 720. So that's almost an extra 400 naira that people are selling the product. For some others, say 1,200. Abuja 1,200, Kaduna 1,100. So what is the explanation? Again, that is a lot. The gap is a lot. And we've always asked what your impression of the coming in or the expected coming in of Dangote refineries into petrol supply would be. Is that something you're looking forward to? Are you clear about how it would operate? Are you embracing it wholeheartedly, or you're a bit skeptical? So first, why are they selling 1,100 and 1,002, and then the expected petrol from Dangote refinery, hopefully?
I have explained all this route before. The market has been deregulated. NNPC is no longer paying Petroleum Equalization Fund, and whatever you buy, you'll be able to build up your transportation cost, which I have told you that transportation cost from Lagos to Brunona is almost 3.something million naira. And most of our trucks spend almost like 4 or 5 days trying to get to their destination.
No, I'm talking about Abuja.
Costs are in view.
Chief, I'm talking about Abuja and Kaduna, not Borno. Abuja, Kaduna. It's not
I'm just taking comparative analysis. Right. All the things are all over, even Abuja and Borno, they're all over 500 something kilometers from Lagos. Also, I have said it clearly that we'll pick our petroleum product from the coastal areas. There's nowhere you can get petroleum product in the inland area, no. You pick your products from either Lagos, Warri, Port Harcourt. These are the coastal areas where NNPC have tank farms, and private tank farm owners have their tank farm. They can be able to store products. So every product you see in the inland area moves from Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kala. So you have to calculate within that indices. So the person who is buying this product, the market has been regularized, subsidy has been removed. Nobody is equalizing petroleum product. Unlike before, there is a petroleum equalization fund, whereby you can be able to sell what you're able to buy this product at the originating depot. No. Whatever you buy the product at the originating depot, you add your cost and sell it in your filling stations to people. And that is why the market is open. People who chooses to go to line up wherever the product is cheaper, they will buy. People who choose to go to buy wherever the product is slightly expensive, they will also buy. The most important is that everybody here wants to, I will also understand that petrol is an essential product, but everybody wants to also remain in business. On the issue of Dangote, we welcome the independent marketers, we welcome Dangote's refinery. This is what we have been looking for. All this money being used to pay subsidy. Nigeria, the federal government would have also built a new refinery or revamp all our 4 refineries that are obsolete here and be able to make life more meaningful and easier. I don't know why I would dwell into importation of petroleum products. Why we have refinery? Why we also have the crude oil? Yeah. And when Dangote came, diesel was almost going to 1,700 naira. But once they announced their price of 1,100, marketers were buying. If I can talk to you now, that some marketers are selling 1,200, 1,250. We're not even putting much profit. But once the product is available, because in Dangote the product is available. Once you buy 10 million liters, you will see it given to you. You go and load it. Diesel is everywhere. Even as far back as not now, diesel is around 1,200. So once there is availability, the issue of price, that's the price elasticity. The issue of price will come down. And you will see competition. Everybody wants to say, sir.
All right. We must thank you so much, Mr. Okadike Chinedu, National Public Relations Officer of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN. Thank you, sir, for coming on the program.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about issues around the judiciary. The Chief Judge of Nigeria, Justice Arola, made some statements yesterday, and of course, the judgment from the ECOWAS Court. We're going to just, aggregate all of them to talk about the state of the judiciary and the way forward. Join us again.